Hello friends, welcome to Java IO tutorial. In this video, we are going to see how to read and write a text file using FileReader and FileWriter objects. So to read the text file content, we will be using FileReader and we will use FileWriter to write content into the text file. So when we use FileReader, we will use read method, and when we use a FileWriter, we will go with the write method. So since these two are character based stream, you can look at the name reader and writer character based stream. We have to close the stream after the use. While we open the FileReader or FileWriter object by specifying the file, we may end up in file not found exception, and when we perform read and write operation, there is a possibility for a IO exception. So we will see all these in our code when we are developing the example. So this is the sample we are going to develop. Txt file read. This will be a text file, text field. Here we will specify the path to the file, usually the text file with path. Then here is the text area content, and in this TA text content, that's the name we gave for this component. Here user can type something and they can click on write to write the content into this file, or they can specify a text file name. They can choose read and the content will be read from the file and it will get displayed in the text area. So FileReader class reads the file into a character stream buffer. So this is one class from Java IO package. FileReader reads the stream. This class is derived from input stream reader. So it's a reader object, and since it's a input stream, we can attach that to the FileReader and start reading the text file content. We can construct it from a file name or from a file object. So you can provide a string that should be the fully qualified file name. Fully qualified file name in the sense we have to start with the drive letter, all the directory path in between, and the target file name. Or you can construct a file object and you can pass it to the input stream reader. The read method reads the text file content into the char array buffer. So these are all the stream, right? Reader and the writers are character based stream. So the moment you call read method, it will read the file content and places that in the character array buffer. So just like FileReader, FileWriter class is derived from output stream writer. FileWriter can be constructed from file name stream or from file object. The overloaded version accepts a Boolean parameter append to tell file should be opened for appending the content. That means if a file already exists and if you opened it for appending purpose, whatever you write, that will go or that will get appended to the existing content of the text file. Alright, write method adds the content to the opened file. So that means there is a overloaded version and that accepts a Boolean parameter. So first you will specify what file you want to open, then you can specify true or false. So if you specify true, then append mode will be set, and when you start writing the content using the write method, the content will get added towards the end of the file. So here is the reader part. First we will declare a FileReader object. Then if you see here string txt file read, so we have only one text field, and from there we are getting the path to our file. So this is actually a path to the file. After that, we construct a file object using this string. Then to the file reader, we specify this file. FileReader initially null, then from user given input text we construct our FileReader object. So by this time our character stream is ready. So here if you see, this is the file, right? From file object we get the length. So in our previous example we learned about java.io.file, and we already know how to get the size of the file. So we are using that here once again, file.length. This will give the size of the file, text file, and we create a character array based on the returned value. Suppose if length is 120, that means we create a character array to hold that many characters. So this is our file content in the form of char array. Then we make a call to FReader. This is FileReader, right? Here we use the read method and we specify the file content to this read method. So the file content here is empty, and once you make a call to read method, the file content will get copied to this character buffer. And fread, if you see, this is a character stream. So the character stream will have file content in character format, and using the read method you copy the content from this file reader to the character array. So now we have character array filled with file content. Next we construct a string out of this character array file content. Now string content is ready. That means whatever is in the file is now available to our code in the form of string. So the next thing what we will do here, we have the text area component, right? TA text content. We make a call to set text and we pass the string content. So after this we just close our file reader object. So the process goes same for FileWriter also. And here if you see, this is our text file. At some specific location, let's say ctemp abc.txt, and we open a stream for this text file. So that's the file reader, and this content will get copied here in the form of a char array. Actually everything is bit pattern only, but the implementation, file reader implementation, will have the capability of representing the bit set into a character. say if a is a 65, that can be converted into binary, right? So that way it will represent that binary and places that in the form of character array inside this string. After that, using the read method, we read the content and places that in a char array. Then from char array we construct our string and we set the text area content with that string. Next here, if you see, we have a FileWriter. Here, previously using TA text content, we used the setText method to set the content which was read from the file. Now user will type something here in the TA text content and we make use of getText, and the getText will return a string. So this will be our text field in the UI, and we get the file name, and here we are storing that in a string called file to write or FileWrite. After that, the key here is this time we are using a FileReader. Previously we used a FileReader, now we are using the FileReader, and for FileWriter we pass our string. Previously we used a file object, this time we are just passing this string and we pass false. That means we don't want to append the file content. That means each time when you open the file and start writing it, it will replace the existing content. If file doesn't exist, then file will be opened newly. After that, from our FileWriter object, we make a call to write method, and string content is already ready, which was read from our text area component, and we pass that string. After that, we just clear the text area content. So that's all here. By the moment you call the write method, this is the key here. You pass a Java string to the write method, and write method reads the string content and forms the array, I mean the string. So this will be the character stream FileWriter. So the characters are filled by reading the text content, and since we already opened it for a specific file location, the content will get copied to the file once you make a call to write. So this is the key here. Once you make a call to write, during the construction itself we specified what is the location of the file. Then using the write method we specify what content needs to be written to the target file. So the content will first get copied from our string to the FileWriter object. This is the writer object, right? This is the writer object, right? Then from here it will get, I mean the array of characters get copied to the file. That's all. Now we will go to the demo. So here we are creating a new JFrame form, and this time we will name it as GDV. FileReader FileWriter. So here you can see our form is ready. So we need a text field. So txt file read or write. So txt file read. Next we need file content and two buttons. This is read and the next one is write. Next we need to place a text area. To place text area we will place a scroll pan here. Then we will drag and drop a text area inside the scroll pan. So we will change the name as btn read. And this one as btn write. So this one will be TA text content. So we will handle action performed for the read method. So here we perform the file read operation and we already saw the code explanation in the slide. So the file is from java.io package and FileReader is from same package. So surround black with try and catch, and if you see, it added a file not found exception for the specific file reader. So before opening this try catch, we will declare our file reader. So here we need to handle one more exception, and once you say surround statement with a try catch, we will be getting IO exception, and or we can just place this here and we can remove this try and catch. That's all. Now we have two catch block. One is a file not found exception that get raised when you construct the file object, and IO exception that happens when you read the file. Right, now we will go ahead and handle the write. So first we declare FileWriter, and we will import FileWriter from java.io package. So all this import will make an entry here. Here we will perform the FileWrite operation as already explained in the code. I mean in the PowerPoint slide, we just added the code. You can download this code from the video description. And if you see here, we are constructing the FileWriter and surrounding the black with try and catch. So alright, that's all. Now we will create a text file content. So I'm saving this as a sample.txt under gtemp. Now we will build our project. So rebuild is succeeded and we can run this file. G drive temp sample.txt, and you can see that content is read from the file and it get placed here. Now we'll say fourth line of text. So when you write it, it will clear the content. Why? Because we doesn't ask to append the content. So it will clear the text file and start adding the content from start to end. So that means you will be seeing the newly added line. Let's do the write. And you can see fourth line of text. So just one more text. I mean one more test. So if you see, when file doesn't exist, it will create the file. So that's all. I hope now you have an idea of how FileReader and FileWriter works. That's all here in this video. Just now you saw the demo. Thank you for watching. Bye.